Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is another foundation review Friday. And today's foundation, as you also saw from the title, is the L'Oreal Infallible Up To 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. And look how they just put that up to in that title. That up to is in very small numbering. It's almost like how you see the sales that say up to 60% off, and then you get to the rack and everything is 20% off, and you're like, where's the 60% off stuff? Oh no, it's up to. You may find a 60% off thing. That's what this foundation is. Up to 24 hours. When you hit that 25th hour, I guess they're saying, oh no, it's not gonna be a great foundation for you. But if you're not familiar with my foundation review series, welcome. Join the family. Smash that subscribe button and join us. But my foundation review series is simple. I come on here with either a first impressions of a foundation or a tried and true foundation that I've tried several times with different applicators, with different primers, coming on here and sharing with you guys my experiences. Now, I have dry skin, or typically dry skin. I might have an update for you guys in this video based on what a local esthetician told me, but I typically have dry skin, so I bring you guys something from a dry skin perspective, as well as my shade matches. A lot of you guys out there are my shade twinsies, which is awesome. If you think we may be shade twinsies, or you think we may align, make sure you check the description box. I list every single foundation that I have a review video on, what shade I am in that foundation down below. So if you think we may match or align on some things, make sure you check that description box. But this Infallible Fresh Wear Up To 24-Hour Wear Foundation, there are 30 shades of this foundation, which for a drugstore line, you typically would be like, oh, that's pretty good. This foundation is about 10-11 months old, so it's not that new on the line. It's not that old and that tried and true on the line, but there are 30 shades of this foundation. Now, I am in the shade 510, which is described as Hazelnut. But with Hazelnut, there are 7 shades darker than this shade. There's 22 shades lighter than this shade, which to me, the math's not adding up on that. How are there only 7 shades darker? So they're not doing that well in terms of shade matches, but L'Oreal, in terms of their Infallible line, has never been that amazing with their Pro Glow, with their Pro Matte. I think they're still probably up to 16 shades in both of those foundations. So again, L'Oreal, I think they have the True Match line, and they think that's where their bread and butter is, but if you could do better in your Infallible line, that would be awesome as well. Now, this foundation retails for $14.99 on the Ulta website, but you can get it from a Walmart or a Target for cheaper. I actually got mine at a Walmart, and I believe it was $2 cheaper than what it says on the Ulta website, so it was about a $12.99 foundation. It says on the site about this foundation, long-lasting foundation with most lightweight, breathable texture, waterproof, transfer resistant, and sweat resistant foundation. And it says it's suitable for, again, all skin types. You guys know how I feel about that. Now, I recently got a facial, and my esthetician was the first person to ever say, oh, you might not have dry skin. Your skin loves moisture, but it might be closer to the normal skin range. And I was like, all my life I thought I had dry skin, and now you're telling me that I have maybe normal skin. I think I'm still somewhere teeter-tottering that normal to dry skin range. I think my skin does love water. She says your skin soaks up water super fast. Like, it zoops up the water, and then it's like, more water, please. She said that I can kind of alleviate some of my dry tendencies by using serums a lot of the time. So, again, I'm going to say I bring you guys perspective of a dry skin perspective, but I might be dry skin leaning towards more of a normal skin type. Now, I have actually tried this foundation before. I actually tried it on the day that I got my facial. That was my first time ever trying it, but I didn't get to see how it looked at the end of the day because I had to take my makeup off. So I was really disappointed, and I was like, I chose the very wrong day to do a test on this foundation. So today's video is not technically a first impressions, but it will be my first time seeing how it actually looks at the very end of the day with my own kind of eyes. How I typically apply my foundations on my foundation review videos is typically I use both a beauty sponge, and today's beauty sponge is just the regular beauty blender, and I choose a brush as well, and today's brush is the Real Techniques brush like this. You guys have probably seen this everywhere. It's probably one of their only buffing brushes that they have. And today's primer. I'm going to choose another primer. You guys are used to me using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. You guys know I love that because I have dry skin, but because I did get a facial recently this week, my pores are a lot more open than they've been recently. So just to kind of minimize that, I don't want my face to look very pory on camera. I am going to use this Laura Mercier foundation primer. I have the hydrating one. This is the non-hydrating one. Again, I just want to kind of fill in some pores. Also, my skin was breaking out. This used to be a huge pimple on my face, but because I got an extraction, it's a little bit smaller. But again, my skin isn't the best skin day, but I think it's important for me to show you guys what my foundation or what my face looks like when it isn't a perfect skin day. So this foundation I'm going to shake well. This foundation actually has a pump, which is different than their L'Oreal True Match. True Match doesn't have a pump as of yet, and a lot comes out with a pump. Let's see how runny it is. It's kind of runny. I don't know if I said, but it is medium to buildable coverage is what they told online about this foundation, but it's a very liquidy, surprisingly. This looks like more of a, it is very runny. So I'll do 3 pumps to kind of get the ball rolling. And as always, I'll start with the brush side first, and I'll make this side be the brush side. So this is the non-foundation side. Haven't applied anything to it. This is the foundation side. This hazelnut shade, I didn't consult with anybody before I bought this foundation. I literally went to the store, I went to the Walmart. They had a pretty good expansive range of this foundation. They had 500, 510, you know, all the range of this foundation, 490. They had a lot, but I just decided that this looked the best in terms of the bottle. For me, it's looking very yellowy. Can you guys see it's picking up very yellowy, which isn't bad. My undertone is typically a neutral undertone, but if I can't find a neutral undertone, my next best is a yellower undertone. I can never do the pinky red undertone. That's just not me. I'm trying to debate between, is it medium or is it full? It might actually be full. I haven't used up all that's on here, so I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Blender side with the rest of this foundation. So this is the foundation fully applied. I definitely will say, let me give it some time to see how it settles down. I might could have gone one shade lighter with this foundation. Maybe this would have been a better match for me in the summertime, but right now I'm starting to question. But I will apply it with the rest of my products and come back for you guys in probably about 20 minutes, and we'll see how things have settled down. But again, it applied very well with both the brush and the sponge. But I will see you guys in a hot second. So now I'm back, applied the rest of my face, and this is what it is looking like. Now, one thing I forgot to mention during my initial application of it, because I didn't really notice it this time around, is that it has a smell. Now, I 100% noticed it Wednesday when I applied it. I was like, whoo, where is this coming from? Today, maybe I'm getting used to the smell of it, but it does have a distinct smell that I was taken aback from that very first day of applying it, which I'm typically not really taken aback from. It does have sunscreen in it. It has an SPF of 25, but the foundation I believe I tried last was an SPF of 50 foundation, and it didn't even have a smell like this. So again, I'm very much so taken aback by the fact that it does have a smell. Don't know fully what's causing this. That's one thing I did want to note, just to kind of make sure you guys aren't taken aback from it. Definitely say medium to full coverage. Now, it's not as, I'd say, breathable as the last couple of foundations that I've been trying. Now, it is definitely breathable. It's fresh wear. It's not like a full coverage, a slab of cement on your face type of caked feeling. But it is kind of more so, I can kind of feel it on my face. Again, the last couple of foundations I've been trying, the Maybelline Dream Undercover as well as the Fenty Hydrating, both felt very lightweight on my face. This does not feel as lightweight as those foundations. But again, I'm a big fan of L'Oreal. I like their L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, ironically, with me having the skin type that I have. I like the Pro Glow. I did not like the total coverage. That's the one foundation that I took back. I have a review video on that. That's probably one of the first foundations I reviewed on this channel. Hated it. I like the L'Oreal True Lumi foundation. So I've liked a lot of them. So I do like this foundation. And again, in terms of the skin match, I think it looks very well when I layered it with my other products. Again, I'd be interested to see what 500 looks like. If you are my shade twinsy out there and you have tried the this foundation. Are you a 500 or 510? Let me know down below. Now today I'm going to wear it out for the remainder of the day. Right now it is 10:28 a.m. I'm going to wear it out for the rest of the day, and then I'll be back with my final thoughts at the end of the day. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. So now I am back. It is 6:22 p.m. It is 8 hours later, a little over 8 hours later with this foundation, and this is how it is looking 8 hours later. Now, having this foundation on today, it has not been bad. It has not been miraculous though at the end of the day. Now, I'm gonna let you in on game a little bit. Now, going over the L'Oreal line, we do have the L'Oreal True Match, which I have a video on and I've worn that. Also a SPF foundation. It's super blendable makeup, SPF of 17. I am in the shade Classic Tan in that. We have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, which I really do enjoy. They have the Pro Matte version as well. And then they also have the Total Coverage foundation, which I do have a review on. Totally hated that foundation. Worst thing ever. Also, they have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup. I have two of these. I actually really do love this foundation. And now we're picking up the real with the Infallible Fresh Wear up to 24-hour foundation. Now, brands have to put out foundations at least twice a year. They have to come out with new things, or else their portfolio goes down. Once you own a foundation, you own it. And then they're like, we need people buying more stuff. Like, I have the Pro Glow. I don't need Pro Glow right now. So then they're like, well, what can we do to get the consumer buying new things? I know what I need to do. I need to release a new foundation, saying we did something different. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. There's not that much different that can be done in 2019. Maybe 10 years from now, we'll have some new, brand new technology that's taking our foundations up to the next level, but they won't have something 6 months from now that they won't have today. And what I'm saying is L'Oreal is probably gonna release another foundation next year. A new top of the line 24-hour foundation that you're gonna have to run out and go buy. That's how brands make money. They release new palettes and they release foundations. L'Oreal has a good line of foundations as it currently stands. I don't think they needed to release this. This foundation isn't bad, but to me it's no different than what they have on the line. I really like the Pro Glow and I really like the Lumi, but I honestly think those are almost two similar things. One's in a squeeze tube, one has a pump. Now this might be comparable to the L'Oreal True Match, but it happens to have a pump and an unpleasant smell and SPF 50. I'll say it is one of the higher levels of SPF that any of their foundations have, but does that make it good? And I don't think it does. It's just a middle of the road foundation to me. I don't think it's bad. I'm not gonna return it. I'm gonna definitely use it up, but I don't think it's something to rave and run home about and buy. Now, I'm trying to be a different kind of content creator. I'm not one of those content creators like, you need this, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it. I think when we do stuff like that, you just happen to forget the foundations that you already have that you may love. There are foundations you probably have in your drawer that are better than this, but then you're gonna buy this and think, oh, this is the newest thing, when really it's just the new shiny toy in your life. And I think that's what L'Oreal is doing. They're putting out a new shiny toy, forgetting that they have other foundations, a part of their collection that already work well. This foundation, again, looks very well for 8 hours in. I think it definitely has a radiancy about it for me and my dry skin. Again, normal to dry skin. I think it looks very good on my skin 8 hours later. I think it's wearing very well. The price point on it is no different than anything else L'Oreal has. So if you are looking for your first L'Oreal purchase, I think, hey, go for it. It's a good foundation. It claims to be good for all, but again, I think L'Oreal has way better foundations on the line in the same price point that do specific things, that are suited for specific skin types. Whether you're oily and you need the Pro Matte, and you're more dry and you want the Pro Glow, I think they have something else for you. You don't need this foundation in your collection, unfortunately. But if you disagree with me, let me know down below in the comments. How do you feel about this foundation? Do you own this foundation? What is some of the things you may love about this foundation that I'm not picking up on in this video? Again, I have over 40 something foundation reviews. At this point, stuff is starting to blur together, and there has to be a wowing reason to make me overwhelmingly say something is really good. So again, let me know what you think down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up even if you didn't enjoy it. I want you guys' love and support down below. Who doesn't want to just give it a big thumbs up? You ain't got a thumbs down. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. You smash that subscribe button, join the family. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89 so you can join in on the conversation over there. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
steady on time, yeah, don't be late, nah. Said I'm in love with